Good afternoon. Don't know what's happening there. Everything just decided to crash. Typical. TV crashed. This crashed. Everything's crashing. As long as we don't crash for 90 minutes, I suppose that's the main part, isn't it? It is a bottom of the. Well, I say bottom of the league. A bottom of the table clash of West Ham versus Burnley. There has been protests outside the London Stadium earlier on today, where the West Ham fans have been voicing their concerns about the ownership. And to be fair, I'd be voicing my concerns about that stadium. I know a lot of Burnley fans that haven't gone today just because of how shite the view is. To be fair, people at the club that I've spoken to have actually said that it's not the best either. So they planned to avoid it. Obviously, I don't know whether the protests are going to be after the game as well. I think they are. I know they did that in their last game against Newcastle, but it's going to be interesting. West Ham obviously got their first win last weekend over Newcastle United. A good win for them. Scared me just a little bit because I was worried, obviously, how they would, how we're gonna attempt this. It's just showing the table now. We're on 10 points. They're on 7. Like it's massive, really. We need to give ourselves a bit of daylight between us and the bottom 3. 6 points would be amazing. Obviously, we'll be keeping an eye on Leeds Forest as well because they are also playing today, so that should be interesting. I could do with that one finishing a draw, really, couldn't we? None of them picking up points. But it is what it is. I mean, Luke's in as well. He says, afternoon, fella. I'll be honest with you, Luke. I'm totally honest with you. I really don't. Just if you can get a point at Ellen Road, mate, please do. Please do. And it is the Battle of Claret and Blue. The people calling it the Danny Ings derby, the Junior Stanislas derby. Call it a Zavanans derby if you wanted. John's in as well and says Max Weiss is on the bench, best Burnley wonder kid since McNeil on FM. And do I think Wilson's still got legs? I wouldn't have minded Wilson when he were available on a free. Will not lie to you. I thought he'd actually be a decent signing for us. He's got a natural knack of finding the back of the net. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this fixture. Like I said, worried, but a little bit excited going into it as well. Max says, good afternoon, hope you're well. Was about to watch the preview show, but Mrs. decided to ring me. 3 points today, please, Clarets. 2-1, I reckon, or 1-0. I'd be happy with a point. Obviously, I know we've not kicked a ball yet, and obviously we'll see how things go. But I'll take it. I actually said in the preview 2 apiece, and I will, I'll rest on that. I will take that. The players are just making their way to the pitch now as well at the London Stadium, Olympic Stadium, whatever you want to call it. The missus is in. I can hear the kettle on. That's a good sign. And obviously the rendition of I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles rings around the London Stadium. Let's have a look at the teams then. Let's start in with the home side, West Ham. Alfonso Areola in goal. You know what I do like about West Ham as well, can I just say? That the graphics they actually put out, they don't put the team out in numerical order. Can we start doing that, Burnley, please? Can we start doing it where it's actually in position? Like that'd be brilliant, thanks. That said, Alfonso Areola in goal. Wan-Bissaka plays at right back. Jean-Claire Todibo and Maximilian Kilman play as the centre backs, with El Hadji Malik Diouf on the left. Freddie Potts, Mateus Fernandes, and Lucas Paqueta are in that midfield 3, and it's a front 3 of Jared Bowen, Callum Wilson, and Crescencio Somerville. As long as we can keep that front 3 quiet. And like I say, there's a lot of teams in the Premier League this season that has managed to do that. I just hope that we can. Obviously, this is going to be West Ham's dedicated remembrance fixture. So there will be a minute's silence ahead of the game, with it being Remembrance Sunday tomorrow. Subs for West Ham, though, are Mads Hermansen, Kyle Walker-Peters, Igor Guilherme, Rodriguez, Magassa, Souček, Irvin and Golan Bekis. I've never bloody heard of him before. But it'd be interesting seeing Freddie Potts, he's a young up-and-coming player. West Ham seem to rate him. Let's just hope we can keep keep West Ham's players at bay. Then let's have a look at the Clarets 11 then, starting with Martin Dubravka in goal. There's only one change, really. I mean, well, two changes. They changed the formation and obviously change by bringing in Chowner for Josh Laron. But it's Dubravka in goal, Kyle Walker at right back with Tuenzebe and Maxime Esteve at the back, Quillency Hartman on the left-hand side, Florentino and Josh Cullen. To be fair, I've messed the tactic up, but it is Cullen and Florentino just behind a three of Chowner, Ugachukwu and Anthony, and up top, manning the opposition box is Zian Fleming. Subs for Burnley are Vice. Foster makes the bench after obviously coming through illness. Brun Larson, Lucas Perez, Marcus Edwards, Josh Laron, as I said, is on the bench. So is Yalmar Ekdal, who, if you've seen all over social media, was quite displaying the shiner. Let's just say a real nice cut on his eye, which it wasn't the best one to look at. So Trevor Brooking and Don Allen Pace walking towards the centre circle, about to lay reefs in the remembrance of all those that fought for us many, many years ago. But also we've got Armando Broja and Hannibal. Obviously, I won't go too much into it, but Hannibal, who obviously has got everything sorted now after a long, long period of time, wasn't it? In terms of the racial incident between himself and Milutin Osmajic at Preston. Glad to see that that's now been cleared up. It shouldn't have took that long, to be fair. My only bugbear, really, is that if that was me or you in the workplace, you'd have been fired. If it was a fan, you'd have been potentially looking at a lifetime ban and paying some sort of damages. And this is a guy who's bitten someone and been told that he's been banned for 8 games. He's also been banned from driving, I believe, for 8 speeding situations, and now racially abuses a player and somehow just gets 9 games and a 21k fine, which he could pay off in 1 week. Either way, it is what it is. But the last post has just rang around at London Stadium, and it won't be long before we get this game underway. Like I say, hoping for a spirited performance, hoping we can actually keep them quiet. It's going to be quite an open and expansive game. I was speaking to someone earlier, not so long back, and they seem to think they're going to put 3 or 4 past us. They need to put 3 or 4 past us to jump above us in the table, essentially. So I don't know whether that's just out of hope for them, but hey, why not? Let's have a look at what you guys are saying in the chat. Luke says, with home advantage, this should win, but we've been good at the City ground. Yeah, in terms of the Forest Leeds game. Max says, we'll be missing first couple of minutes or so just to watch the hacker. Yeah, can't blame you, mate. Can't blame you for that. Could you imagine, John, if we did that? That would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. Right, let's make sure I get all these. I think the referee's got his whistle to his gob. And we are, as one good Mexican friend once said, underway, arriba, arriba. That was shit, that weren't it? That was shit joke. Proper dad joke, that. 22 seconds in, and Burnley have a free kick with Dubravka in the Burnley half. Going to look to go along with it. It is, Phil. Massive. Anthony's in. How you doing? Oi, oi, 7 oi. Burnley wearing this kit today. I did all my graphics. I based it on the fact that when we played Villa, we actually wore the black kit. We wore the all black kit in black and gold. And they played in Claret. Obviously, these are playing in Claret. And funnily enough, now we're playing in blue. So, yeah, make it make sense. Either way, I think it's probably has something to do with the referee. I think the referee at Villa had a blue shirt, so we had to wear the black kit, where the referee's wearing the all black kit, so we're wearing the blue shirt. Technicalities, man. The Premier League. We only have a throw-in. Taken nicely by Hartman. Florentino can't keep it down. And West Ham just do enough to clear it. Dubravka's there to pick up the pieces. To Nzebe. Drops the shoulder. Manages to leave his man. Walker tries to dink one over for Chowner, who's battling well against Potts. He's got a lot of Ugachukwu. He's got a lot of Ugachukwu's shirt. It's going to be a Burnley throw-in. Well played by Ugachukwu. Stood tall there. And now Kyle Walker has a chance for a cushy run-up to try and get this long ball pumped into the box. And he does. Still in and around there. Back out to Walker. Florentino referees halted play. I think it's Diouf who's down. Clutching his face. Not entirely sure. I'll have a look. He's been hit by his own player. Estev's in there, but he's been smacked with the elbow of his own player. I think it's Kilman who sort of just got an elbow in there. Nothing from a Clarets perspective. Now we'll wait to see what happens here. At the moment, Nuno is stood there with his arms folded. He obviously knows he needs to turn West Ham's fortunes around. West Ham fans not happy at the fact that, form's kicked in now and the international break kicks in next weekend. Well, straight after this. So Josh Cullen and Scott Parker, both ex-West Ham players back in their day. Scott Parker once captain for West Ham. Did well there as well. Always looked like the sort of player who was quite, looked like he was going to be simple to get past, but wasn't. Always put a shift in. I think we're seeing that from Josh Cullen these days as well. He's come on leaps and bounds, hasn't he? Duff's back to his feet after make his way off the pitch. He's received a bit of treatment and going to be a drop ball. I don't know whether Burnley are going to try and counter from this. They are. Walker goes backwards with it. Ball is over the top again. Chowner gets there. Ugachukwu can't quite keep it in. It's gone out for a goal kick. Just still not on yet. He's Put his arm up as if to say, I'm ready. The referee allows him to re-enter the fray. I don't know what it is with West Ham's goalkeeper. He changes his hairdo every time I see him. I think he's had full on like shaved off. Now he's got it like a sort of like it's got volume, but it's like you expect it to have like 2 chopsticks in the back of it. I think he had it down the other week. I think I'm just jealous, people, because I've got no hair. So he can change his style however it, bet it costs him a load of money. Cost me enough all. How we doing, Al? Hope you well. I've done a few, Al. I've actually done a few. 3-1, I'll take that. Hopefully we can get another one here. Another Kyle Walker long throw. Comes into the box. Esteve knocks it back. Oh, I thought Florentino were running in. But Areola had that covered. West Ham playing it out from the back. Trying to keep hold of possession. It's not going to be a game where both teams have the ball for long. I think both teams are going to be very much in the face of each other. Neither team want to lose this. Both teams want to win it. It screams 0-0, doesn't it? Just screams 0-0, sitting here for 90 minutes. Well, I think it was Phil who said it earlier. The first goal does change this game, and it can completely change the outlook of how things go. It's going to be a free kick for West Ham. It's on the edge of Burnley's box. It's Ugachukwu tried to clear the ball, but it's dinked in, headed away by Esteve. Potts was there. Well, I don't know. It's very soft. I think he's bought a foul there. It's in a really good position for West Ham, is this? It looks like Jared Bowen set to take it. Dubravka speaking to his wall. Dubravka's been in inspired form recently. Currently just won this last month's save of the month. An absolute steal on a free from Newcastle. Free kick looks to come in. Bowen doesn't even beat the wall. Well up by Burnley. Move kept alive. Ball gone forward. Fleming can't get to it. West Ham go all the way back to the keeper. Now towards left back Diouf. He can't pick out his man with a wayward pass, and it goes out of play. Another throw into Burnley. Expected better from Bowen. Yeah, I thought he saw one to ref there. Ugachukwu didn't really have anything to do. He knew we weren't going to get to it. That said, Burnley do well here to try and clear from the West Ham press. Managed to get it forward. Fleming can't get there. He's isolated up there on his own, where West Ham have 3 at the back every time. I think if Burnley are to push forward, they're going to have to do it in numbers to bring the West Ham defensive line out of position. Time will tell. Anthony, I'm not singing Ed Sheeran. And Alan, she's already put the kettle on. Katie, put the kettle on. We'll all have tea. There I am in my Baldy cup. She could have got me my Burnley one out, you know, but no, gets me my Baldy one. Still hot. Kilman. Picks out Paqueta. Bowen asking for it and gets it. Now back in the centre with Potts. Flips one wide to Diouf. Early ball in there. Esteve manages to get his head onto it. Florentino, Anthony. Now with Hartman. And now the stream's crashed. And now we're back underway. At least it worked for long. I love that, Alan. I need that cup. I'm balding fast. I'm only 54. I'd love to be just going bald at 54, mate. I'm 34 and it's all gone. I'm like an Easter egg. I don't know why I said Easter egg, because Easter eggs are like milk chocolate. I know you can get white chocolate ones, but hard boiled. To be fair, I started losing my hair when I was like early 20s. But I used to gel it all the time, and if I didn't have gel in it, I'd always be wearing a hat, so I've probably done it to myself. West Ham have it on the centre circle. Stream crashing about 3 or 4 times now. Just typical. Right, it's back underway. Crashing again, sod it. West Ham have a corner. I'm going to try and get this stream back on. Come on, you pain in the arse. Corner comes in. It's gone for a throw-in. I think it must have come off the head of Walker last. It's going to be a West Ham set piece. Nah, you're all right, Anthony. It'll have gone green back time it gets up here, mush. Wan-Bissaka takes it short. It's going to be a goal kick. Good pressing back, Williamsey Hartman on Paqueta. Paqueta's giving it a bit to the linesman. You know what? I think that was a West Ham corner. I think that was a West Ham corner. There's not much in it. VAR don't even look at those sort of things, does it? It's very smooth, too smooth. Don't just stop at the head, mate. And smooth more for me. Commentators are funny. They said 56 corners so far this season for the Hammers. Bloody hell. Listen, the one thing I will say about being bold is... Oh, hold on. Burnley! Oh, Fleming! I don't know if it were pulled back for offside. I think Hartman potentially may have been off. That's why he played it first time. No, I think he's on. I think he was on. It was good, but again, good play by Hartman. It just seemed to bounce off the wrong side. And Fleming is inches away from putting Burnley 1-0 up. That happened very, very quickly. But yeah, to go back to what I was saying, look at all these players with a bald head. not players, bloody people like celebrities. You've got Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson, um, who's that other fella? Jason Statham, Bruce Willis, me, and me. What a gobshite. Hartman's been brilliant, Phil. Absolutely brilliant. Funnily enough, he has the ball now. Picks out Cullen. Cullen finds Walker, who's just on the centre circle. Cullen manages to get it back. Gets over the halfway line, looking for Florentino. Or is it Anthony? I don't. They both look very similar from afar. Harry Hill, you bastard. I'll take it with the glasses. I'll take it. I've got so much glare in these glasses. It does me head in. If I have to point, like, put them at an angle. They're not even on my ears. They're tucked up into my hat. Can you see? Like, it's mad. And then it stops the glare. Ball whipped over the top. Fleming brought down. Linesman waits for the foul. Good bit of play by Zian Fleming. I like the way we play with Fleming up top. Bit too much pressure by Tadibo. The guy from Crystal Maze. Oh, Pierluigi Collina, Mac. I know exactly what you mean. The Hills of Ours. He had eyes at back of his head. He were a decent one. This is no Baldy AA meeting either, Kate, you shithouse. Paddy from Emmerdale. That's just rude. Butch Dingle. Right, just give it me all. It's going to be a long throwing back. Kyle Walker. Yeah, he didn't take any shit, did he? He were a proper good referee. Ball whipped in. Fleming can't get there. Tried to knock it back. There's a foul in the box. Unfortunately, not in Burnley's favour. Scott Parker looking suave, cool and composed. Suit and tie job it. John Joe Shelby. Might as well call me Voldemort as well. I'm thick-skinned, it's right. Very thick. I've got my winter coat on now. Kyle Walker needs to get this away from trouble. But only somehow managed to get a throw-in out of that. And don't know how they did it, but Walker and Chowner did very well. Callum Wilson putting the pressure on. The should still be England right back. Kate said it there. Sean Dash. See, these are the games against West Ham where it's fine margins. You need to win the game. It's difficult, but we're gonna be able to manage it. Yeah, he did shave it, but he has an element of bold. Even if you shave it off, man grows back. Man grows back to a degree. I just decided to bick it and take it all off. 20 minutes gone. West Ham starting to put a few moves together. Now on the edge of the Burnley box. It's going to be a free kick to Burnley. Don't know how. When it was Somerville who had the ball. Oh, it's a handball. Handball. Somerville slips. It hits his hand. I was going to say that's what I call my mantits, Kate, but I've got more hair on my mantits than I've got on my head, so I can't call on Phil and Grant Mitchell. I have to call it Mick Hucknall and Ron Weasley or something. Athletis from 300. Shout. Yeah, I'm saying it all comes off. If I'm going out on a night out or out like that, or I just fancy a bit of a spruce up. That's it. Like a snowman from Frozen, all off. Oh! Mistake by Burnley. Nearly lets West Ham in. Bit of a misplaced pass by Walker. If Somerville were stronger there, he would have got a stronger touch onto it and would have been one-on-one with Dubravka, but Esteve managed to clear up the error. Now with Chowner. What can he do? He's got Fleming running through the gap. Good interception by the West Ham midfield. We're not vain. I'll tell you what, that's one thing I'm definitely not. I come across as confident, but Kate will tell you that. I can talk a good game, but deep down I'm a teddy bear. Oh, another chance for Burnley goes begging. Thought Jade and Anthony were going to get to it. Kilman manages to just get a toe on it, take it away from Jade and Anthony. It was a good ball, but it's just taken away. And ball now back with Tuanzebe. That's the brew done. 23 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Now Bowen has it. Great interception by Florentino Luis. Picks out Jaden Anthony. Can he beat his man? Loses it at the first touch. Still manages to keep it alive for Burnley. Good pass by Florentino. Cullen. Ogachukwu. He's going to have a shot from range. It's how do we do it there? Can't get my words out. Deflection. It's going to be a corner. Lucas Paqueta's been booked. To be fair, he's been running his mouth ever since he flaming came on. He's back in the referee's face again. And I don't know who it is who's... I think Paqueta's booked actually for the foul on Florentino Luis. It's that... Yeah, it's a bit nasty, is that, to be fair, when you look at it back. Yeah, cracking advantage, mate. To be fair, he could have pulled that back. We see a lot of referees do that. A lot of referees will pull that back. Paqueta needs to be mindful now because West Ham could easily go down to 10 men. Or is that Burnley's game plan? Try and cut out, try and get the hothead sent off. Corner for Burnley. Whipped in. There's no one really at the front post. Cullen manages to keep it alive. Hartman's still there. Gets another ball in. Off a West Ham head. Josh Cullen. It's going to be a West Ham free kick. I think this is why it's Burnley still currently down to 10 men at the moment. Florentino still off the pitch. He's having his head bandaged, I think. He's got something wrapped round his head. I didn't really think that there was any sort of head damage, but it must have been as he went down. He potentially hurt himself that way, but Burnley's still doing really well. Ball now with Chowner. Tries to flick one over for Fleming. He can't get there. Ugachukwu, shot, deflection again. It's going to be another corner, Burnley. They're asking a lot of questions. I dare say Burnley are playing better with 10 men. Chowner just tried to dink. Oh no, it was Chowner with a shot again. He tried to dink it through to Fleming. As I'm watching the ball, Chowner makes his way in. It is deflected off Kilman, out for a corner. Florentino's back on now. Bandaged up like Terry Butcher. Second corner for the Clarets. Jaden Anthony who's going to take this. Gets it back. It's dinked in there. Header up. Still in there by Burnley. It's a pinball. Now to the edge. Cullen with a shot. Ricocheted. Florentino Luis. Walker. Now with Esteve. Hartman. What can Burnley do here? Great bit of play. Walker gets the 1-2 with Florentino. Body's in the box. Walker looks like he's shaping to cross it in and now does. Now ball back with Cullen. Picks out Walker again. He's going to go for an early crossfield ball. Doesn't, looks back to Cullen. Florentino loses it when trying to receive the pass. Good pressing by Burnley. Fleming putting Areola under some pressure. Cullen does well. Gets the 1-2 from Florentino. Plays it back. Referee gives us the advantage there again. To be fair, any supercomputer is going to say Burnley gets relegated. Alan, you know what the Premier League's like. They hate us. They can't stand us being in here. Totally agree, Matt. Good couple of attacking moments. And same again, Al. We need to just make it count. You've got to be a realist. You've got to be a realist. And like I say, I think 17th and above after you've just been promoted is fantastic. And you build from there. The referee's given a free kick to West Ham here. It's on just over the halfway line. Cullen's not happy with that free kick given. I'm not the best lip reader, but I'm sure Cullen's just said it's not a foul. However, I don't think we're going to get a replay. Free kick taken. The game back underway. Wan-Bissaka. 1-2 with Bowen. Finds Paqueta. Wayward pass by West Ham and through to Dubravka. Tries to get Burnley going fast. Ball over the top. Fleming can't get there. Touchdown by Cullen. Very well. Florentino can't get there. It's not going to be a free kick to Burnley, but Wan-Bissaka gets the better of Jaden Anthony. Doesn't get the better of Quincy Hartman though. Now Anthony and Hartman play 1-2 with each other. That's a foul. It's a cheap one to give away. Ugachukwu brought down and Burnley now have a free kick in their own half. Thoughts on Callum Wilson? I would have took him at the start of the season. I would have took someone like Callum Wilson, but I mean, when you look at the fact of Callum Wilson looks more game ready than Armando Broja, and we spent 20 odd million on this guy. I think with Broja, I want to be proven wrong. I just feel like at the moment it is a bit disappointing. I think after this year, I wouldn't take Wilson if it was a case that he only had the 1 year there and then we sort of signed him on a free. I don't know if he ever did end up in Claret and Blue. No matter what, I say I wouldn't want him. If Burnley signed him, I'd obviously back him, but it's a very tough division, Al. It really is a tough one to call. We had the better of most teams in the championship. To be fair, if you look at last season, we didn't really score that many either, though. It's just when we did score, we actually, were clinical in what we were trying to achieve, and managed to achieve that. Fleming gets Josh Cullen running on the charge. He's still got Fleming there, but Fleming's out wide now. He's going to be looking for that support. He's had to go all the way back to Walker. I loved how we actually did get forward in numbers then. The midfield did look like it went with the move. Now with Cullen in the West Ham half. He does look lightweight, to be fair. I hope he will be fit soon. But you can tell he's not match ready, and we are giving him that little bit of game time. But Brozy just strikes me as one of those players that once he gets that first goal, potentially it will give him that boost of confidence to try and put in an effort to get more. Who knows? The atmosphere at West Ham looks a bit flat. When it's showing the West Ham fans, they all look like they've sat on their hands bored. Kyle Walker. Can he get there? Does. Burnley chance in this. Oh, bad ball by Walker. If he'd have just picked out the feet of Fleming. Ball goes back, but Burnley try and keep this move alive. Florentino Luis had to go as far back as Dubravka. Cullen picks out to Nzebe. Space. Well, that's what I said. Look, that's what I said. Yeah, the women's team have been doing pretty well. I can't fault it. Can't fault them at the minute. Ball whipped over. Fleming does well. Chauner's there. Ugachukwu tries to get one across. Fleming's up! 1-0 Burnley! Come on! It was too simple. Too simple. The West Ham defence just look like idiots. They were statues. Zian Fleming, right place, right time again. Solid header. Pardon me, and the Clarets go 1-0 up. Mick, you said it there. We can defo get something out of this. It's 1-0. Just look at it again. Quillinshi Hartman. Crossfield ball. Oh, let's have a look. I think this could go to VAR. I think this could go to VAR. I'm not sure. The initial ball from Hartman was inch perfect. Zian Fleming, I'm not sure if he's actually in an offside position or not. I'm going to be hesitant on whether I update that or not. It is going to be checked, I think. Fleming's looking. No, it has been given, I think. But no, it is being looked at. And as it stands, the officials are saying onside. It has been given. Come on! Let's update that score. Can't be having that now, can I? It is 1-0 to Burnley, and well deserved for all the pressure we've been putting on. You know what? For a minute, I thought about the Foster Manchester United goal with the way they showed that graphic then. Jared Bowen's just had a wild stab. My stomach's making noises. It's going to be a corner for West Ham. They're going to have to come out now, West Ham, and be a little bit more expansive. That could stand in Burnley's favour a little bit more. At the moment, Burnley having to defend this set piece. Whipped in. Header up there. It's ricocheted off somebody. Burnley have kept it in. Hartman goes long with it. Looking for Chowner. He's done well. Chowner could be in. He's got Jadon Anthony there with him. He tries to pick him out. Oh, it's good defending by Wan-Bissaka. This is a very, very end-to-end game. From up one end, next minute, Burnley having to defend again. Bowen now has it. Tries to whip it over. Now it's on the edge of the box with Lucas Paqueta. Bowen gets the 1-2 and it's a cross. And Callum Wilson can't direct his head. A good pressing by Tuanzebe to put Callum Wilson off. I thought he should have squared that earlier. Yeah, I thought he should have squared that earlier. I think at 2-0 it's a bit more comfortable for Burnley, but we've had 5 attempts so far, 1 on target. And a goal to counter for it. Corner goes all the way to the edge of the box. Somerville looks like he's going to take a shot. Good block by Florentino. I can tell the difference between him and Jadon Anthony now because one's got a big white bandage wrapped around their head. Malik Diouf. Now with Bowen on this near side. Tries to fizz one across. Esteve does well to get a foot on it. Good ball by Walker. Chowner does well to keep it in. Can't quite get to the second ball. And West Ham still have possession. Now with Somerville, the former Leeds man. Tries to cut inside. Tries to get the 1-2 between him and Wilson. Well worked by West Ham. There's too much on the pass for Somerville to get a second hold of it. It's going to be a goal kick to Burnley. 40 gone. The Clarets 1-0 up away at the London Stadium. And this is massive. This puts 6 points. This essentially puts 6 points between us and West Ham. Obviously, depending on what happens between Leeds and Nottingham Forest, Which it's not obvious. Well, it's Forest first Leeds, isn't it? It's not till tomorrow though. I thought it was today, to be fair. Chowner's been brilliant, and I think he's only going to get better. Good header back from Kyle Walker. Manages to pick out Dubravka, who picks up nice and early. Stev. Back to Dubravka. Goes to try and get it towards the right hand side. Again, good play by Burnley. Everything they seem to touch at the moment comes off. And just as I say that, Burnley lose the pass, but get it back again. Ugachukwu tries to play one over for Hartman. He's going to be able to keep this in. Gets an early one across, but no one coming towards that front post. Areola manages to get there first. Now Paqueta picks out Bowen. Florentino's there to try and put him under some pressure. Fernandez. Somerville. Kyle Walker manages to block out Diouf's run. It's going to be a corner to West Ham. I dare say since we've gone 1-0 up, West Ham have started to put on a bit of the pressure. We've got the advantage from set pieces. 4 corners for the Hammers. But another chance that Burnley need to stand tall and be strong. Ball comes in. Header up and away by Jadon Anthony. Still bodies back. Why have Burnley done that? Why have we not tried to get out at them? Early ball whipped in. Esteve is up there. Anthony can't quite get there. Ball whipped in deep. And again, it's Walker who has to head it. West Ham take this quickly. Trying to get the move going again. Shot deflected. It is in. I think it's not gonna stay, surely. I thought that was offside, but it looks like it's 1-1. I'll have to see that again. It happened all so quickly. I don't know whether that stays or not. Callum Wilson. We keep standing too much off Somerville. Every time he has the ball at his feet, it's just showing it again. The corner was taken so quickly. Burnley were all at 6s and 7s again. The initial pass is onside. Yeah, fair goal. It's a fair goal. That's shocking. Shocking defending. You can't leave a number 9 like Callum Wilson left there on his own. I know it takes an unlucky deflection, but you cannot leave a number 9, an out-and-out goal scorer. That puts things onto it. Right on the stroke of half time. That'll be an absolute sickener for Scotty Parker. I don't know what it is with Burnley at the minute. We can see every time we sort of manage to get in the lead. There's always seems to be something. We did it at Wolves where we conceded. Again, now that they're back in it, West Ham are going to try and put all the pressure onto us that they can. If anything, like I say, it's hard to watch. I feel like West Ham got more momentum when we went 1-0 up. I don't know why's that timer started again. I don't know why that's done that. Shouldn't be on that. I'll take the timer off for the minute. There's a player down. There were 4 minutes added on. I think it's Somerville again. It's a cheap goal to give away. I said Burnley need to be stronger from that set piece. We know how hard it is to get a number 9. We've been screaming for a number 9 ourselves. Who'd be a manager? It's difficult. It's difficult because we've not even played bad. I just feel like since we took that goal advantage, have we set off a bit, or was it just that West Ham knew that they had to come out and be expansive on us? And now that they've got one back, we just need to be very, very clinical in what we do. Fleming. Yeah. Kiss of death, Mac. Kiss of death. We've had the initial 4 played. It's obviously going to be a minute or 2 added on for Somerville being down. I'd like to see a bit more from Jadon Anthony. The way he started the season was, really strongly, and since his last couple of games, he's been a bit of a bystander. Although he's done well there to win the ball back. Florentino back with Fleming again. Loses it. Forest, West Ham coming forward in numbers. Cleared. And Kyle Walker has a bit of space. Manages to win the ball back. I don't understand why we do that though, Phil. When the game's going your way, why would you sit back on a 1-0 lead? I can understand if it's been, it's coming up 88th minute, 89th minute, and you're trying to take it at corner flag and shit like that, but everything else, just text the Mick. Speaking of Mick, Everton are 1-0 up apparently. And yeah, Phil, I was just saying that myself. He has been poor. Throwing take. It's not going to be long now before the referee blows. We've played an initial 5 minutes. Played the original 4, so it wouldn't surprise me in an extra 10-15 seconds before the ref blows. It doesn't help, but the ball's out of play. Oh, I think his referee's called it. He's had enough of all players piss farting about when the ball's out of play, taking too long. But I'm aggrieved in the way we conceded that. Really aggrieved in the way we conceded that. You do not let a natural goal scorer like Callum Wilson be on his own. Sorry, but it's not good enough, that. Everything else we seem to have got spot on, but we seem to be doing this week in, week out, where we're just leaving somebody open. Why haven't we got a man there watching, especially that sort of player in that sort of area? It's just bread and butter that you need to do that. I don't think there will be any changes, but I think there may be a few words on how we were sloppy in that. Phil said it there. Not giving it Everton. Good half apart from allowing a sloppy goal. Yeah, it were sloppy. Very very sloppy. But it is 1-1. Base of the game. Both teams sort of putting in performances when they need to, and it is obviously half time. We will be back with the second half. In fact, let me just make sure that that's not on loop, which it is. So yeah, I'll sort that out for afterwards. But it is half time, 1-1 at the break, and obviously more to give in the second half. We'll be back soon with some of the match stats and obviously the second half to come. See you then. So second half, not long now to getting back underway, and after a bit of thinking, like I say, stats wise, we've had the better of it. We've had the better of it. Apart from in terms of shots, they've had more, but not clinical, not clinical at all. So we will have a look at them as I said. Let's dissect them then. Going into it, 7 attempts for West Ham. I don't know why is it doing this. Seven total shots for West Ham, 4 for the Clarets. Only both sides have had a shot on target. 5 corners for the home side to Burnley's 2. Not many passes really. It's been, like I say, a game where the ball spent majority of its time out of play, but equal really in terms of the passing things. I'm not entirely sure why it's started the stats again there, but or why it says 0-0. Ignore that. It should say 1-1. Don't know why it says that. Um, Everything's gone tits up. But yeah, one yellow card for West Ham, and Burnley have edged it in terms of possession. So, at least it's on the screen that it's 1-1. I don't understand why it's done that and come up 0-0. But hey, you win some, you lose some. Looking at it as well, it was checked by VAR. I think someone in the chat said that Callum Wilson's goal was looked at, and it was at the time. I don't know what I'm expecting from this second half, though. I don't know what Scott Parker's got in his locker to have said to the lads at half time. Potentially more of the same, just to have a bit more edge about you. Try and get in those difficult positions, give them a decision to make. Paqueta's doing, he's already got a yellow card, potentially try and ruffle him up a little bit. We've got to try and get this game to our advantage. I know we said a draw is not a bad result, but I just hope that we can kill this game off in the second half, because that'll be massive. Deck, how you doing? Yeah. To be fair, I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to stream it to Facebook. We have now, as you can see down there, it says you can now follow us on Facebook. We have got a Facebook page now. Just got to wait for it to be alive for 60 days, really, before we can then start streaming onto Facebook as well. So people who follow us through there can watch also. So if you haven't already, go check us out on Facebook. Just search Turf Morehouse. We'll be on there. And we're on all over social media if you haven't caught us, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. The players are back out for the second half. I don't think Nuno's actually changed. Every time it shows him on camera, he's there with his arms folded like this. But it is Burnley who get us underway for the second half. And where are we? There we are. Let's have a change to the screen. 1-1 at half time, hoping for a better second half, a bit more pressure by Burnley, especially in those final third areas. Maybe it's going to just be one of those where either side try and find each other out. But it's Bowen on the edge of Burnley's box. Tries to get one across. Cleared quickly. Cullen was telling him not to be hasty there. He had time to clear that. Jaden Anthony, can he somehow clear this? Going to go for a Burnley throw in. Manages to clear it off Mateus Fernandez. It's going to be Hartman. Let's try and throw this out of danger. Flicked up. That's going to be a foul. Freddie Potts catches the legs of Ugachukwu. Scott Parker giving instructions to his boys. Yeah, it was, mate. It was disappointing to concede. It does always seem to be Wilson. Burnley could be in here. It's Ugachukwu. Can he get the ball back across? He can't. Fleming's still there. Can't quite get it under control. Cleared by West Ham. Now with Esteve. Gets it back from Hartman. Yeah, it's all. This is what I've said though, Deck. I said it earlier that why are we leaving a number 9 unmarked in that position at the back stick, left on his own? Like the one person you pick up in those positions is a striker who's going to be in and around it, sniffing for that killer instinct to kill it off. That's the sort of game that Callum Wilson brings. And when you've got no one really watching him, yes, okay, it takes an unlucky deflection off Esteve, but we should have been doing better. Ugachukwu to Cullen. Picks out Hartman. Jaden Anthony. Goes back to the left back. Burnley potentially looking at an avenue down the right hand side instead. To Nzebe comes forward. Ugachukwu again. Is it Ugachukwu or is that Florentino Luis? Either way, I don't think he's got his bandage on anymore. Hartman does well to keep the ball in. Tries to get a ball across. It ricochets off Bowen. Well worked by Burnley. Cullen. Hartman. It's fizzed across. Burnley can't get there. They need to be more up their arse. In those defensive positions, why are we not pushing them? When we're in attack, we need to be using that strength. And we're just not. Cullen finds Ugachukwu. Walker's gone forward. Loses it, but Chowner still gets it. He loses it on the touch. Diouf keeps it in play. It's true though, Phil. We need to be pushing more. We need to be pushing more, and we're not. Header up by Florentino. Ball out wide now for Somerville. I think he's off in an offside position. Flag goes up. That's the first offside of the game. Ball back with to Nzebe. Like I said earlier, neither team wants to lose. A point on the road for us is good. 3 points is massive. Cullen in the centre of the park. Can he pick anybody out? Carl Walker. You know what? I honestly don't know, Deck. I don't know who's going to blink first, mate. Chowner put under a bit of pressure. Still manages to pick out a Burnley teammate. Florentino Luis. Tries to get a ball over the top. Can it be kept in by Anthony? Unfortunately not. Good run though. Josh Cullen. West Ham trying to put some one-touch passes together. Now have it on the far side. I think it's going to be a free kick. Hartman's upheated his man, Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka's looking there, hopefully hoping to get it. Hoping that Hartman gets a yellow card, but to be fair, Hartman has no intention of going for the ball. You have seen them given. West Ham 1, Burnley 1. Burnley having to defend this free kick, which I think either Quetta or Potts is going to put into the mix. It is for Quetta. It's very deep and it's straight to the arms of Dubravka, who tries to get Burnley going quickly. Kyle Walker somehow still gets it. Now with Chowner. Josh Cullen fizzes a ball out to the left-hand side. Jadon Anthony now. Got Hartman on the run. For some reason, West Ham have got a free kick out of that. Paqueta's complaining that apparently Jadon Anthony's putting too much pressure on him. I'm sorry, but is that not the whole point of football? How are you going to win the ball back if you can't put your pressure on your man? I tell you what, I would be tempted to take Jadon Anthony off. He's just not. He's not. I don't like. I said it earlier. He's not really been the best the last couple of games. Ian Fleming goes into the book. Bit of a cheap yellow card to get, to be fair, but a free kick for West Ham. Ball fizzed across, and Josh Cullen just does it. What any player could do, he's telling the players that, come on, we need to be stronger. We need to get this ball clear. The players can see it. Yeah, exactly, Dick. I totally agree. Thing is, Phil, there's a fine balance between Jadon Anthony and Marcus Edwards. Edwards has got the strength of, like, God knows what. How do you explain it? He's got no strength at all, essentially. And then you have, obviously, Jadon Anthony has just been weak as piss. It's bad by all accounts, really. Like I say, at one point he was under Haaland in the top goal scorers. I mean, I'm not saying it's goal scoring that we want. We actually want a performance out of him. The goals will come eventually, but he's not nipping in and cutting in like he once was. He's not getting in and around those areas. Like I say, I would settle for a point. Totally agree. No, I've said, Phil, we need to win. We need to win this game. I would take a point, but these are the teams we need to be taking points off. Foaming up again and just over the bar. It's not a corner though. Potts is on the deck. "60 minutes gone. Nearly. Oh, I'm comfortable on this sofa. I think it gets to 60 minutes into the game and then you start getting like, because you're sitting in one position for a while. Top man deck. Come on, Burnley, let's grab this winner. Yeah, I understand, Luke, with being a Forest fan, obviously. I could do with you guys getting a point off Leeds tomorrow. Not even a point off Leeds, or you beating Leeds at a push. It's looking like West Ham may have to make a substitution. Potts is moving around not so cleverly. Souček looks like he's getting ready for the Hammers. And Potts is down again. I think his time on the pitch he's looking. He knows he's done something. Potts is up. He's going to go off. It is going to be the Souček that comes on in his place. The West Ham fans love Freddie Potts, by the way. Texas Everton are beating Fulham, if that helps. I suppose it does in a way, doesn't it? That the only other 3 o'clocker? Bloody hell, yeah, it were. don't know what that means for the table. I mean, it does keep Fulham on 11 points. West Ham coming forward, intercepted by Burnley. Could we do with an Everton-Fulham draw? I don't know what the best result is really there. I'd probably say Everton winning. The more teams that stay on less points and stay around us, the more chance we've got to catch them. So that's the only way I'm thinking is a draw, not a bad result. But either way, I want 3 out of this. Yes. That's it. Been down at half time, got my refreshments. Has to be done. Good chance goes begging for West Ham. Again, it's Wilson trying to get into all those areas. Burnley need to be stronger. Dubravka goes long. Ball with Chowner. Flicks one through to Jadon Anthony. There's nobody there in the box. Why are we not getting forward? I just don't get it. Bowen slips, somehow still comes out clean with it. Well played, Kyle Walker. Watch time Sunderland Arsenal kicking. 5 in it. I'll probably put it on and watch. It's got to be, Dick. If they get something against Arsenal, I'll be very amazed. It goes to show the character of Sunderland this year if they do. Can't write them off, though. They've actually been pretty decent. Just not against us. Wan-Bissaka to Bowen. Gets away from Jadon Anthony as well. Solid by Maxime Esteve. Now Juff. Tries to get a ball across. Stays in play though. Good defending by Burnley. Still somehow lose it though. Now Burnley need to get this out. There's a player that's lost his shoe. I think it's for West Ham. Ugachukwu being held. Going to be pulled back for the free kick. Ugachukwu is saying this is, numerous times this has happened now that he keeps being pulled back. And there is going to be a change for Burnley. Jakob Brun-Larsen set to come on. I hope it's for Jadon Anthony. Please tell me it's for Jadon Anthony. It's Chowner. What? 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 Unless this is a change of tactic, I don't know what the heck he's done there. Chowner's looked lively all game. This is the last game before an international break, so it's not like, you know, we're going to need to rest him, etc. Jadon Anthony has been piss poor and still manages to keep his position on the pitch. I really don't get that. Again, corner routine taken quickly by West Ham. Where have we seen this happen before? Why have Burnley got 11 men behind the ball? I'm sorry, that's not good enough for me. We are giving West Ham the creativity and the openness to play their game. Jadon Anthony comes forward. Redemption, hopefully. Tries to play one over the top. Well cut out by Diouf. Ugachukwu finds Jakob Brun-Larsen. Cuts inside. Cullen gets it back. Jadon Anthony, wayward pass again. God. Well done by Hartman. Keeps the move alive. Jadon Anthony gets it back. Cuts in. Doesn't go to anyone. Cullen on the edge of the box. Finds JBL. He tries to get one across. Oh, and Ugachukwu steals in. That was a solid header from Ugachukwu. Well played by Big Les. JBL does well, actually, to whip that ball across. But Areola reads the header. I'm hoping we start to put a few moves together because we need to. We literally had 11 men behind the ball a minute ago. I agree, Phil. Very, very strange. Maybe it's the fact that he's probably thinking Chowner's been well worked today and Jadon Anthony's done naffle, so he won't be knackered. Fleming. Hartman. There's too much heart on it. Too much elevation. He just needed to dink that, really. Another 2 changes for the Clarets. Maybe Jadon Anthony will come off for Hannibal. Sorry, for Brozier. Brozier play out wide, like he has done for Albania. Change for the home side as well. Magassa is on for Callum Wilson. So Fleming is going off for Brozier and Ugachukwu is coming off for Hannibal. Do you want to win this fucking game or what? You know what? I'll happily eat my words if we do win it, but these substitutions don't make sense. I know you used to play for West Ham, Scott, but bleed it, nailed that. Stop giving them a fucking handout. Wow. I mean, the camera's still on Scott Parker. There's probably a reason why. They're probably thinking he's on crack. I really don't know what's going on, Phil. If you're like me and can read this game, Parker is giving them too much respect with them substitutions. Like I say, I still hope we can win this game, but those substitutions to me don't make sense. I don't think I'm going to be the only one who thinks like that either. You know, you think once I've eaten or started to eat, it'd calm me down a little bit, but no, clearly not. Wasted attempt by Burnley. Everyone I'm seeing online is saying the same thing. But I don't get it. What are these substitutions? Hartman, Brozier does well there. Steals in front of Kilman. Ball stays in. Brozier's there again. Does well. Wan-Bissaka uses his pace to beat him. There is a Burnley man down. West Ham will play on though. And it's Somerville coming forward up against Tuanzebe. Somerville takes a shot. They're claiming a corner. That's not a corner at all, you crackhead. This is what people are saying. This is what people are saying. I'll have to see it from a different angle, that, but I don't think Tuanzebe touches this. I might actually. Jaden Anthony's back to his feet. It was him down on the floor. Just showing what happened. It was nothing in that. Jaden Anthony just wanted to lie down by the looks of it. Well, this is what people are saying on the Twitter Clarets thing. Brozier on and needs to prove himself, which we've all said. How is Anthony still on the pitch? These subs are pointless. Parker is being much more aggressive with the subs today. Someone said if we swap wingers with West Ham, we'd finish top 15 and they'd be on 2 points. Love Anthony, but what has happened to him over the last 3 or 4 games? He looks like he can't be arsed. Anthony must be a teacher's pet. Does Anthony have Scott Parker nudes? Even Turfcaster said bizarre sub syndrome. Like, everybody's saying the same thing. It's madness. Hope you well, Mr. Rodriguez. How is life? I hope you're good. Live from Vermont. Going global, baby. West Ham come forward. Bourne with a shot. Well held by Dubravka. Someone said, Jakob and Larson winner incoming. I hope so. West Ham starting to press a bit now as well, though. Fernandez gets it back across the face of goal to Nzebe, has to get it out for a corner. Burnley living dangerously, 75 gone. To refresh what people are saying. Don't be alarmed, I just saw Brozier sprint. Corner comes in by Somerville. Header up. Only as far as Paqueta. Shot. It's there. Souček. It's 2-1. Fucking bollocks. That's poor. Again, both goals have literally been players who are on the back stick, left on their fucking own. It's shit like this why I probably don't get those opportunities with Phil Bird, because it's fucking Burnley all the time. Souček's just left, ball comes in, he's free as a bird, absolutely free as a bird. Pathetic. Pathetic. How do you let... Again, I said it earlier before kickoff. Why are we letting these, advantages slip? We go 1-0 up, then all of a sudden, they turn into fucking prime Barcelona and start being expansive out on the wings, and it pays off for them. What do? Naff all. Oh, now the West Ham fans are celebrating and singing and dancing. They're all sat on their hands and on their arse. Corner for Burnley. Whipped in. Still in the mix. Headed back away. It wouldn't surprise me if West Ham tried counter. Absolutely pathetic. Somebody said, Brozier over Foster. Losing again to another set piece. I have to agree with this tweet. Parker is to blame if we lose this game. It frustrated me again. Wolves all over. Wolves 2.0. For God's sake. You know what? Reading tweets it's more therapeutic than actually watching the game right now. Jadon Anthony's coming off. Marcus Edwards is on. Hartman's off. Pires is on. Is Scott Parker using this game just to give players game time? It's not a fucking cup fixture. This is two teams battling it out at the bottom end of the table. And Scott Parker, I am sorry, I have given you a lot of credit, but this game, you have balls this up. The West Ham players have confidence oozing out of every bit of skin at the moment. Fans are in voice. Players have got a smile on their face. Do you know what? Dubravka should have done better there. I don't know why he's got his arms up looking for the... it's just showing the second goal again. Dubravka needed to be stronger. Again, though, we can't be leaving people free at the back stick. I'm sorry, it's pathetic. Again, people say ridiculous substitutions. We've sat back too much. And now it's a big ask. Poor changes by Parker have cost us here. It were two shocking goals to concede. Well, fair enough. I'll against Arsenal, it was two against the goal that we conceded against Wolves. I don't agree with people calling for Parker to be sacked. That's one thing I don't agree with. I really don't know how to sum up this game. Everyone's saying everything's the same shit. Fucking crap. Had about 3 working days to decide what he was going to do before crossing it in. What the fuck are these subs? We've gone and handed a shit relegating threat in West Ham 3 points today. Both goals should have been dealt with, and we should not have turned off the burners. This one is on Parker, and big questions needed to be asked about his decisions. They are soft, very, very soft goals we've conceded. That's a good point what someone's made. Foster, on the back of a substitute winning goal, can't even get off the bench because Parker's brought on players that haven't really had much game time, like it's some sort of fucking cup exercise. Like, why you didn't even bring Foster on instead of bringing on someone like Pires? Why has he made a change at the back when Hartman's been at the forefront of getting forward? 81st minute, 2-1 down, and he brings on Lucas Pires. Nothing against Lucas Pires, but why are you bringing a left back on for a left back? Fucking joke. It's strange because the all-round gameplay, when it clicks, is there. It's got all the makings of a team that can put games to bed. We're just not doing it. The substitutions have been inept. We looked solid again with the back four, but all we've done is concede shit goals again. We're on the back foot. I don't know what to say to you guys in the chat, to be honest. I don't know what to say to you guys in general. Kyle Walker's got a yellow card. I agree, Dick. I'm not in the Parker out brigade. We got fucking Chelsea next. What's he going to go back to? That stupid shit ass back five. Like I've said numerous times, unless you're going to put that five on the fucking line with Dubravka, don't bother with it because it's awful. We knew it was going to be a hard game. Like I said, when they've 3-1, 3-1. Souček has fucking space in abundance in the middle of the park, gets his shot off because he's got free roam to run. Dubravka spills it. It's like having prime David James in the net. I don't know, curse of save of the month or something. It's fucking shite! Why? Why do we do it to ourselves? Shoot ourselves in the foot, left, right, and centre. There's Bowen and fucking Kyle Walker-Peters there to finish the move off. Nuno is jumping around like he's just been given his main fucking present on his birthday. Oh my God, this is shit. Well done, Scott Parker. Well done for helping West Ham. Well done for giving this fucking victory to them. You have ballsed this up good and proper. And you can sit there, or stand there, sorry, with the glummest look on your face, chewing your chewing gum, but you're not Alex fucking Ferguson, are you? You've done nothing to turn this game around on its head. You give players that have barely even played in games game time for no stupid reason. You had no intent of winning this game. At 1-0 up, you have made it out like all you were asked about is stealing a point here. Fucking pathetic. Dubravka's had a shocker. If we had this sort of performance against Chelsea, I would get it. I would be so understandable of it. You're coming up against a top six side who are gonna punish you. They're gonna punish you. We should not be getting punished by fucking West Ham. I've not even updated the score because of how fucking stupid this is. I left it because it won't surprise me if it becomes 4-1 at some point. Absolutely fucking dog shit. Please tell me in the chat if I'm being a bit too like hasty about what I'm saying, because I don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm saying pretty much everything that everybody else is saying. Six minutes added on. It's bollocks, Mac. Absolutely bollocks. Burnley have a free kick. It would not surprise me if Jakob and Larson sends this over the bar because, well, it's just typical Burnley and it's been an absolute sharp day at the office. Started the game really well. I can't be arsed. I'm not even going to dissect the game. I'm going to dissect it on a match review. I'm sure there'll be a lot of wonderfully happy Burnley fans ready to talk about it. To be fair, he had to make Areola make the save, but it'd be typical of Burnley to try and push for something now in this last 5 minutes. It'll stand for sod all. I think as it stands, technically we are still above West Ham. Basically, if West Ham if West Ham are to score one more goal, they will go above us. They are level on points with us, and also level on goal difference as it stands. They were on -11. They'd have been on -12 when we were 1-0 up. It's just, I can't be arsed, man. This is stupid. This is pathetic. Two and a half minutes left. I've scratched my eyes out. What a sharp day. Exactly, Alan. He takes Fleming off, who's been in and around it, pulling defenders out of position to try and help us. He takes Hartman off, who's clinical at picking out people going forward. He takes off Chowner, who's had a lot of the ball down that right hand side. I think him and Kyle Walker worked well together and took Chowner off. Kept Jaden Anthony on till 80 something minutes. And the lad done fuck all in the last 3 or 4 games. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what game, like what sort of things Scott Parker's seeing. This is shit. They're all appalling decisions, Mike. Like I said, we had 11 men behind the ball. Why are we not pushing against a team in that thing? Now we've got, Pires allowing Bowen in. Souček's there. Tuanzebe cuts it out. We're not going to get anything from this. Mateus Fernandez gets a yellow card. Piss poor. Piss poor all round. Plays in each other's way. No intent. It's a good shot by Hannibal. Spill. Balls it back at net. I don't think it'll count. Will it? Josh Cullen's got one back for us. It's 96 minutes though. Too little too late. I think that'll get checked by VAR as well because I'm not sure if Ariola does have it in his hands. Good stinging shot by Hannibal. Cullen's onside. I think I need to see a closer look. It's going to show the shot now from Hannibal. Comes in. Does Aviola have it in his hands? Let's have a look at this angle. It drops. Oh, that's tight. It's tight. That is going to go to VAR. Keeper saying he had it in two hands, but Cullen saying, no, you weren't fully, never fully had hold of it. Yeah. Looks better on the goal difference. But hey. Three, two. Woo. That's it. The whistle's gone. I'm not even going to try and sum up that game. Shit. That's one word to sum it up. Shit. Parker's fault. Parker's fault. Dog shit. It ends 3-2 to West Ham. Poor decisions. Poor substitutions. Poor game by Martin Dubravka. Poor defending. Tactically poor. I'd like to be a fly in the dressing room at full time. I reckon there's a few. If you look back at that documentary that we did, there was a few players going in on each other. I reckon this is one of those games where the players go in on each other and say a few things, because that's not good enough. Far from good enough. Like I said, I'm not going to say too much in it. You'll have to watch the review for that. But the review could be tonight. It could be tomorrow. I'm unsure. Do it tonight. Expect me to be seeing red. If it's tomorrow, I'll try and keep calm. But I don't know. Poor, poor, and pathetic. Right. I'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for commenting. I really do appreciate it. Yeah. See you on the match review. Thanks for watching.